So here we go. We've got another episode. Thank you guys so much, as always. Nashville Rookie League Facebook page for liking that, commenting on that, bantering back and forth with your friends with that. And also in the YouTube comments. It's been really fantastic watching people talk and communicate and grow and learn new information and distill the information that they've learned from their prior experiences to others that might not be quite where they're at yet. So it all helps us all. What is the phrase about a rising tide? Lifts all boats. So that's fantastic. Thank you guys so much for doing that. As always, it's really, really cool. Thank you guys so much. I am still and forever in the process of answering as many questions as I possibly can and putting them onto video. It's really been awesome. It's actually a very simple process for me to do, given my ability to just trim these up really quickly in the growing or maybe limited knowledge of hockey that I do have. But my experience is, as equal to your experience, whatever. So off we go. The question that I have today is actually a really good one. It's a very simple one, I think, but only because I've learned it. So it's fine. So the question I have today is, what is the difference between flex and curve on a hockey stick? So what is the difference between flex and curve on a hockey stick? It's actually very simple. So you'll go into the hockey store, Pirani's, whatever hockey store you go into where they have hockey sticks. You'll pick it up and it'll say, on average, 70, 75 flex. All that means is how much weight you have to put on it for the stick to bend. That's it. If you have your top hand, there's like a kick point where it'll start to bend, probably about halfway or so. And then that's just the weight that you have to put onto it. Most people use, somewhere between like a 70 and maybe an 85 is most of the people that I see in the beer leagues that I play in. But I do not use that. I use a 50 flex, which is basically like a wet spaghetti noodle. But I like the whip better, and I don't really like to load up that heavy. Like a lot of people like load up on their shots, and I'm like, no, I don't want to touch this. I actually don't want to touch the puck. If I could get it on and off my stick immediately, that would be fantastic for me. So that's exactly why I use the 50 flex. It helps my shot. It helps I use a lot of wristers. So, and snapshots. So 50 works really, really great for me. You kind of have to figure out what you want as far as that goes. But that's all that is. That's all that flex is how much weight you have to put on the stick before it bends. The curve is only attached to the blade. And that's just the type of curve that is on the blade. So a lot of times you'll get like CCM, and every brand is different, but I know CCM. So, the P27, the P28, the P88s is the Ovechkin curve, it is the Crosby curve, and the McDavid curve. Those are the three most popular curves. They each have their own individual strengths. So you can actually just go and look that up. If I was going to say like, well, this is what this is for, this is what this is for, this is what this curve is for, but I actually don't know that off the top of my head. I really like the P88 because it allows me to like pick corners. It's actually very accurate picking corners, which is why Ovi does it very, very well. I'm not sitting there in Ovi's office, slapping slap shots into corners. I'm not doing that, but as far as wristers and things like that I'm doing, it's super accurate. So I really like that stick. But some people like the Crosby curve because it has a very good backhand. I don't really use backhand that much. It's actually like a really good overall general stick. It's very good at like a lot of good things. Same thing with the McDavid curve. His thing is very good at, it's a very good handling stick, honestly, because McDavid is McDavid, for God's sakes. He has to have good handling, going literally lightning fast. It's absurd how quickly he moves. If you ever have the opportunity to go see that kid live, please do, because it is worth it. There are some guys that I've watched in the NHL live, and it's just like it doesn't even do it justice. Like, that guy is something else. He's playing an entirely different game than everybody else is, and it's not even close. McDavid's ridiculous. So that is the difference between flex and curve. Flex, again, is how much weight in pounds that you have to put on the stick in order for it to bend. Curve is only attributed to the blade, and it gives it different characteristics as to how the stick will work with the puck on it. So that's simple. Very simple, very simple. That's an easy one. Nice and easy. How long is this? 5 minutes. Great. I love it. Here comes the music. Fantastic. I love it. So, again, thank you guys so much for the questions. Leave them on the Facebook page. Leave them in the comments below. If I answered this completely incorrectly, also tell me below. Fantastic. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.